Hello class, this is Demetrius Wilson with Business Marketing. We are now on Chapter 6, Marketing Information and Research. Our learning outcomes for Chapter 6 are explain the role of marketing information in helping firms understand and reach consumers, describe the key types of marketing information including internal data, competitive intelligence, and marketing research, outline a standard process for using marketing research to address an organization's strategic questions, recognize alternative methods for conducting research, marketing research, including a primary and secondary research methods, identify major sources of available market data, and explain how customer relationship management or CRM systems can help organizations manage and gain customer insight from marketing information, and use marketing information to inform the marketing strategy. So what are some important questions in terms of your marketing? You want to know who the customer is. If you don't know who the customer is, then how would you target them? You want to also know what problems are the customer attempting to solve with a given purchase. If I have to walk to work, the problem that I'm attempting to solve is I don't want to walk to work anymore. I want to drive a car, so I want to purchase a car. So who is the customer? They're individuals who want to purchase a car. What problems do they have? That their car broke down, that they just want a new car, or that they never had a car and they're tired of walking or riding a bike or taking the bus to work. What do they desire in the way of satisfaction? Well, I want an air conditioner, I want a CD player, I want this, and that, right? These are different things that I want to come along with the car that I'm purchasing. How does the customer get information about available choices? Well, I would probably go to CarMax, go online, do some research, might even take a stroll down to the Cerritos Auto Square. Where do they choose to purchase? So a lot of people will do their research online, but then they'll go to the auto dealership and then say, hey, I want you to see if you can match or beat this price. Why do they buy or why do they not buy? Could it be the salesperson? Could it be the marketing? Could it be that the price is a lot higher than what they thought? When do they purchase? Do people typically purchase cars on the weekend, or is it during the weekday? Or do they purchase it right at the beginning of the sales process or towards the end or in the middle? And how do they go about seeking satisfaction in the market? Competitive intelligence, you must know what's going on with the companies that are fighting against you to get the consumer. I own a pizza company and you own one as well. We're both attempting to fight over Joe Schmo because we want him to purchase our pizza every Friday night for family Friday night pizza. Product information, who is making products that compete with your offerings, right? So if I'm making pizza, I got Domino's, Pizza Hut, Papa John's, they're all competing with me. Little Caesars. What features or capabilities make these products attractive to prospective customers? Well, I know that Little Caesars because of the price. Papa John's might be because of the sauce. Pizza Hut might be because they have a dessert pizza. All kind of different things. What features or capabilities make those products attractive? How do these features compare to yours? Maybe I have more fresh ingredients. Maybe they do. Maybe I have a dessert pizza and they don't. You have to see how it compares. You have to basically do that side-by-side comparison. How are products packaged and offered to customers? Is their box better than mine, or is my box better? Is mine more colorful and it makes people more attractive to the actual Papa John box versus my pizza box? Market share and penetration. Which companies in your competitive market sell the most product to your target market, and how much do they sell? And typically those will be the leading markets. Is it Pizza Hut who's selling more pizzas than everybody in the market, or is it Domino's who's gathering and gaining much more market share at a much more rapid pace? Which organizations are considered the market leaders? Well, like I said, those who are probably selling the most are probably also the market leaders, but it's possible that they are not. And how is market share evolving over time? For especially like in terms of those new people that are coming to the market, are 50% coming to my pizza place and 50% split between Papa John's, Pizza Hut, and Domino's? Or are we getting an equal piece of the pie? Or are each of us getting 25%? Those are things that you need to research. Pricing strategy. What do competitors charge for their products? Do you charge a lot more than I do? Is my pizza cheaper? What pricing structure and strategies do they use? What special pricing or discounting do they use? What type of coupons come? Like I said, I really like that Domino's Pizza commercial where they had this weekend promotion and people complain because they say we didn't get it during the week, and they gave these free pizzas that people missed out on to this whole list of people that weren't expecting it. And I think that's great marketing. How does this affect your pricing and position relative to competitors? Do you need to increase your price because you can, and you can get more of the market share even though you're increasing your price, or do you need to lower it to keep your price point near theirs? Competitive positioning and messaging. What are competitors saying about themselves, right? So what are they saying about their company, and should you be saying that about yours? What are they saying to current and prospective clients or other stakeholders about your organization and products, right? I might want to look at that. Sometimes people don't want to hear the negative, but sometimes the negative can help you to fix any areas of concern. How effective are their messages at generating interest in competitor products or diminishing interest in yours? So when they put out their message, does it bring people to buy their pizza, or does it pull people away from buying your pizza to buy their pizza, or does it just pull people away from buying your pizza and they're going somewhere else or just not buying pizza? What keywords are competitors dominating in search engines, right? So that's search engine optimization is very, very important. If I punch in pizza in Google, what's the first thing that comes up? Also in the competitive analysis or competitive intelligence realm, you have your win-loss analysis. So what proportion of new sales are you winning or losing at? Those new people, all these people who are now in college and can order their own pizza, and they're mostly ordering pizza. What percentage of those individuals are we successfully marketing to, and they're purchasing our pizza? Are we getting 25%? Are we getting 10%? Or are we getting 75% because our pizza place is right by the campus? Why are people selecting your product over the competitors? Maybe it's location. Maybe it's the fact that my pizza place is open 24 hours. Maybe it's the fresh ingredients. If you're doing something right and people are obviously saying that you're doing something right, continue to do it. If you're doing something wrong, then abandon ship on that and see if you can fix it. Why are they selecting a competitor's offering instead of yours? Well, it could be because you're doing something wrong. Could be the ingredients. Could be, that you don't get the pizza there fast enough. Could be that there's no local, 1, 2, 3 pizza brand places, just making that up, in the area. Could be location. Marketing research topics, environmental factors. So these are things that are happening outside of your company, but are very relative to the future of your company. Things in the political realm, things in the technology realm. So environmental factors, how they affect consumer behavior. These include factors such as health of the economy, the legal environment, market trends, and other social factors, technology and its influence, and cultural factors that make doing business different in one region or country compared to others, right? So just like McDonald's, the burger that they produce here is different than the burger that they produce in India. So a lot of things are the same, but some of the things are different, and they're different because they have to adhere to the market, what the market needs and what the market prefers, as opposed to just saying everywhere our burger and our choice of menu is going to be the same. Customer attitudes, behaviors, and perceptions. So marketing research can be essential in understanding customer needs, how their needs aren't being met. So how are your needs being met? We need to focus on that and continue to do more of that. How are their needs not being met? If we're not meeting their needs, then we have to figure out how we can do that. By the market, views about various products and companies, satisfaction levels, preferences for product, features and pricing, the consumer decision-making process, which we'll talk about, how do they go through their process, which is very important. So if you know how they go through their process, then at each point you can make sure that you're right there and you don't have any missteps, so that they can continue to or start to purchase your product and or service, and the factors that influence it. Additional marketing research topics. So product research, must research the product very thoroughly. Product research explores where opportunities and gaps exist, right? So like a SWOT analysis, if we have opportunities, we want to, advance upon those opportunities. We need to close the gaps wherever they do exist for improving existing products or introducing new ones. If there's a availability or possibility of us introducing a new product that will gain more of the market share for us, then by all means we should do it. Concept testing, sizing the market for product, market penetration, prioritizing product features and preferences, testing product effectiveness and customer receptivity. How receptive are they to your product and or service? User testing, pricing strategies, product naming and branding, engaging how to position the product relative to competitors. How should, Little Caesars is going to be, more cost effective in terms of the pizza. Do I want to battle with them, or do I want to battle with, the pizza that costs a little bit more? Marketing, advertising, and promotion research. This area of research seeks to improve the effectiveness and reach the marketing activities such as market segmentation, messaging and communications, advertising and media testing, events and sponsorship, packaging and display testing. Some of it has to do with how your product looks. Some of it has to do with how your product is packaged. If it's not packaged well and it's not aesthetically pleasing, then it's a possibility that they may not purchase your product, even if what's inside the box is great. Also have to make sure that we don't ignore corporate research. So we want to research and investigate corporate reputation. What are people, saying about you? What's your reputation in the marketplace? And not just consumers, but other businesses, and opportunities for strengthening an organization's position in the market through brand building, right? So you want to build your brand. So it's a first, pizza company that people speak of when they start talking about pizza. Research and development. Do we have some new great pizza that everybody loves that nobody sells? With certain ingredients and toppings that we want to put on there. Mergers and acquisitions, strategic partnerships, corporate planning, and profitability. And this is the marketing research process. It's pretty simple, but you have to adhere to the actual process. So many people want to skip steps and rush through the process. You can't do that. So first and foremost, you want to identify the problem. So what's the problem to solve? Project objectives and research questions. You want to develop the research plan. So you identify the problem. What's the problem? I don't have a car. You want to develop the research plan. We want to research about the people who don't have cars. Where do they, where's the first place that they go? What's the first type of car that they want to buy? Is it, is it good on fuel? Is it good on mileage? Does it have to have the latest and greatest? Does it have to have a backup cam? Does it have to have, a 55 disc changer in there? Does it have to be compatible with their phone? All kind of different things. So we want to develop our research plan, information that's needed, research and analysis methods, and responsible parties. Then we want to conduct our actual research. So we probably want to get out into the field and speak with some of those people who are on the verge of purchasing cars. Maybe people walking up to Cerritos Auto Square. Secondary data review, primary data collection. And so, speaking with them directly would be primary data. Secondary would be, research that people have already done, in terms of car purchase, patterns, suitable methods and techniques, as well. Then you want to analyze and report findings. So you identify the problem. So what is the problem? You develop the research plan. You conduct the actual research. Then you want to analyze that research. So you want to analyze and report your actual findings. Data formatting and analysis, interpretation of the actual results. And remember, it's interpretation, but hopefully you have the correct interpretation. And then you want to take action, right? Through planning, evaluation of options, and then also your course adjustment, because you could possibly be on the wrong course. I could be, advertising and marketing towards people who actually are not going to buy my car, because my car is too expensive. Right. So if I'm identifying the problem as somebody who needs a car, but, through our marketing research, we find out that those people who need a car, their very first car, they're not going to probably buy a luxury car. They're probably going to buy a car that's very fuel efficient and a car that doesn't cost that much. Right. So fuel efficient and cost efficient as well. Marketing research, contact methods, pros and cons. So this is how you choose to contact individuals that you want to speak with in terms of your product and or service. So we have the contact method all the way on the left. In the middle, we have advantages, and on the far right, we have our disadvantages. So telephone, right? As you can imagine, a good control over who participates, quick, timely data collection. Those are the advantages. But disadvantages are it's moderately expensive. Fewer people answer the phone these days. I know I probably won't if I don't know the number. And that leads to low response rates. Interviewer quality may affect research results. So if your interviewer is not good, then your results probably won't be as good either. Questionnaire length limitations, because, can't keep on the phone forever. Second contact method is mail. So advantage is that it is inexpensive, and you see that that's the only advantage that it has. Disadvantages: little control over who participates. Data collection takes longer. I have to wait for them to send it back through snail mail. And then you have a low response rate as well. In person, which is starting to get better as we go down the line. Great control over who participates. Quick, timely data collection. Fairly good response rate. Great for capturing in-depth detail and or feedback. But what are the disadvantages? It's very expensive. Interviewer quality may affect research results. So again, if that person is not too great, then your results may not be too great either. Questionnaire has length limitations as well. Online, I say, this is probably the most frequent these days and also the most effective. Advantages, you see it has a lot more advantages than the top two. Inexpensive, quick, timely data collection, low cost to continue data collection until desired response rates are achieved. So until we get as many people as we need, we just leave the survey open, leave it out there. And then once we do, the bell goes off and then we gather it and continue with our research. The disadvantages are little control over who participates, greater possibility of selection bias, and it misses people who aren't online. There are a lot of people who aren't online that you may miss. And you may say, hey, I don't really care about those people who are online because I'm trying to sell something that's an online product. Well, that makes sense, but there are also things that you're trying to sell, through brick and mortar companies that people or brick and mortar areas of business, right? So that when I say brick and mortar, that means that somebody actually walks in the door as opposed to buying something off of a website. But you might be trying to sell to some of those people who aren't online, and hopefully they get the information through word of mouth or some other manner as opposed to going online. So that's it for chapter 6. As always, make sure that you complete your quizzes, complete whatever applicable assignments are, anything that's available for the week. And if you have any questions, be sure to email me. Like I always say, this is just going over a few quick terms that I want you guys to make sure that you key in on and that you remember and keep these locked solid in your brain for marketing chapter 6. So as always, I want you all to have a good day and a great week.